So cool, science! How does my gaming system work? Well, that's a wicked cool question, and I got something super simple that's gonna show you something super complex, and it's gonna have you super amazed. You know, like a dog's holy trinity. You know, jump, catch, and shake it all about. Now, I was gonna have you rip apart your phone, but I could just see your parents right now going super ballistic. You know, like a cat. You know, when you tell it it's time to take a bath. Yeah, those are fighting words. So instead, get yourself a calculator and a small screwdriver because I'm going to show you something wicked cool you can do with a calculator. And no, I'm not talking about, you know, turning it into a robot. You know, I could take over the world. Start by using the screwdriver to unscrew the back panel. Pop the back panel off. Inside the calculator, you'll see circuit paper, a chip, and a display screen. Okay, now here's something wicked cool you can do with your calculator. All right, you can turn the calculator on and off just by touching the circuit paper. Wow, now that's so wicked cool. You actually were able to make calculations without using the big bulky buttons. That's so wicked cool. See, you saw what you could do with the calculator right there. You could do calculator, really wicked cool. You can do it and you do it right at home and you don't have to teach you cool. So, what does this calculator have to do with how your gaming system works? And how does a computer touchscreen work? Well, don't look at me. Take a closer look at this. You might think of computers as extremely complex devices, but in reality, all computers are made up of only 4 major components: input, storage, processor, and output. The keypad on your calculator is the input device. Inside is a chip that has all the stored information to tell the processor how the calculator works, as well as how to do the calculations. The processor accesses the stored information and then does the calculations, and then sends this information to the output device so it can be displayed. No matter how complex or simple, all computers, including your gaming system, work the same way. The only difference is there are more chips, more complex circuits, complex input devices like your voice, as well as output devices like your touchscreen. A touchscreen works as both an input and output device. An electric current is flowing through the screen. When you tap the screen, you interrupt the electrical current. This information is sent to the processing chip, which accesses the storage chip, so the processor knows what app is located where the current is interrupted, accesses the information using a marker, and then sends it to be displayed on the screen. Today, when anything goes wrong with a computer, we call it a bug because back in 1947, a moth short-circuited the Harvard Mark II computer. So now you know more about computer science. You know, being able to use a calculator without the buttons is why science is so computational.